Hello, courageous ones. Today I want to talk about burnout. I'm going to be using my notes, so please bear with me, but I really think this is an important message that I want to put out in case you are going through it and don't realize this, or you know somebody and you're thinking maybe this could be it, or you don't know what they're going through, but this could be it. So let me dive right into what is burnout. You may be experiencing it now, like I said, but you're not sure or you're not realizing it. Burnout is described as a state of emotional, mental, and often physical exhaustion, which is brought on by prolonged stress or repeated chronic stress. It's often brought on by issues that are stemming from our work. And in that sense, it is context specific, but it can also be brought on by stressors in other areas of our lives. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Another important thing about this is that there are actually three key dimensions of burnout, which really give it the definition. Okay, so the first one is the feeling of overwhelming exhaustion. The second is feelings of cynicism. That means a general distrust of others' motives, a general detachment that we have towards our work, a general negative feeling to do with your work. The third thing is a reduced sense of personal accomplishment, feeling of being incompetent or unable to accomplish tasks, resulting in lowered productivity and therefore diminished confidence in ourselves. Burnout depletes our life force energy. We do not have any more extra energy to give, whether it's to work, whether it's to others, whether it's to ourselves. And when we feel this way, it definitely impacts our feeling of confidence, of success, and accomplishment, because we know that this isn't normally how we go about our lives. Now, those of us who have a highly sensitive nervous system are actually more prone to burnout. Because our nervous system feels things at a much higher intensity level, we do need to be more aware of our energy reserves, which if you are an HSP, you already know that can be challenging for us. Burnout was first studied and found amongst those that are in the helping professions like doctors or nurses, maybe even veterinarian technicians, and caregivers in general. But honestly, with everything that we face today, such as those heavy workloads, higher demands of our time and our energy on a daily basis, heck, the state of our economy, unattainable goals for a younger generation. I think so many of us are in a state of burnout and we are depressed and we're feeling empty, apathetic, and hanging on to hope by a string. This chronic feeling of stress, this chronic stress environment, it's going to be contributing to our burnout. What does burnout look like and feel like? Again, it is a lack of energy and overall exhaustion, a reduced performance. In other words, we just cannot do or complete or accomplish things at the same rate that we did before we were burnt out. And now we're starting to feel negatively because we're not confident or sure of ourselves or of our capabilities anymore. Energy depletion, again, is at the root of this. Our energy is being stolen right from under us. Negative feelings come through about our work, the people that we're working for, and the people that we're working with. Can we even trust that we're making good decisions on a daily basis? Can we trust ourselves enough to know that what needs to be done next in our personal lives is the right thing? We start to feel a malaise about our lives in general, and it can lead to anxiety and depression and other physical health conditions if we don't address this now. I've experienced burnout at least twice in my life, and most recently, my burnout caused me to feel all of those things that I mentioned. But I'd like to paint the picture for you a little bit more in case it can help you identify whether you are experiencing this burnout or if someone close to you is. Burnout may be hard to understand because it's often an invisible process. Unlike, a sudden illness that is diagnosable and that's named. It's taken as, oh, she's just super tired, or he's just needs a little bit of rest over the weekend, or, just get a good night's sleep tonight and then you'll be fine. It's not that simple. It's also not depression, even though it does share a couple of symptoms like irritability or detachment. Burnout, though, as I mentioned, is context specific. So, i.e., work related. It's also a gradual onset, and it happens over time. We're adapting continually to increasing stress levels. We're reaching new levels of new normals for us until we crash and we burn. Burnout also has a stigma to it and a little bit of shame attached to it because a lot of people don't even believe that it's a real condition. And I think that society at large still contends that it's a personal weakness, some kind of personality flaw, inability to cope with life. And there's a name for that. I don't know. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's called snowflake. So I'm going to leave you here. I'm going to film another video and I'm going to go a little bit more into my specific personal experience of burnout. But that'll be for the next video. So that's kind of it in the nutshell. Wanted to cover what is burnout, kind of get you thinking about and curious about, is this you? Are you experiencing this? Is this what you're feeling? Or perhaps someone that you know and love, might they be experiencing this too? Maybe we're not feeling ourselves, and if we're not, is this the reason why? So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear from you if you are familiar with this concept of burnout. Do you believe in it? Love to hear. So please do share, and I appreciate you listening. Thank you.